Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and you don't want to roll up to school in some bland mobile like a PT Cruiser or a Corolla. Heck no. You need something slick, sleek, and cheap that will make your daily drive a lot more fun. Well, I got you covered because today we're going through 10 incredible rides that will welcome you into the car enthusiast community and maybe even earn you a ticket from the cops. Ask me how I know. Like, subscribe, and let's go. First up, you guys knew it was coming, the Mazda Miata, the little legend. It's basically a rite of passage for car enthusiasts. The Miata, or MX-5 if you want to be fancy, is like that one short friend who's always down to party, a true short king of the car world. Under the hood, depending on the generation, you get a rev-happy four-cylinder making anywhere from about 116 horsepower to about 180 horsepower. Sure, that sounds like lawnmower numbers. Your mom's minivan might beat it in a drag race. But here's the thing, you don't need crazy power in a Miata. It's lightweight rear-wheel drive and about as tossable as a go-kart. You feel every corner, every shift, every bump in the road, and that's the best part. This car teaches you how to truly drive. The Miata is the perfect professor. Since this is your first car we're talking about, I'd recommend sticking to the first 3 generations, NA, NB, or NC. We're leaving out the newest ND because those still cost more. The cheapest ND Miatas are around $13,000 or so, and you can get basically the same magical driving experience in an older one for way less. In fact, check this out. I found a nice 3rd gen NC Miata listed for under $8,000, and older NBS or NAS can often be found for even cheaper. Just be ready to wrench a bit on the really old ones. Drop the top, feel the wind in your hair, and look cool while doing it. The Miata won't win you any drag races, but for pure driving fun on a budget, it's damn near unbeatable. You guys, I parked this beast next to a Lambo, and someone asked, which one's faster? And I said, mine. This is a 700 horsepower GTR, Bayside Blue, full bolt-ons, carbon, everything. And the best part? Well, you can win it. All you gotta do is go to winthisIdealcar.com, buy some ideal gear or grab digital entries, and you're in the running for not only this car, but $10,000 cash. Do it now before the Lambo driver asks for a rematch. Click the link in the pinned first comment down below and get entered for a limited time. Next on the list, the Toyota 86 and its siblings, the Subaru BRZ and Scion FRS. Whichever flavor you choose, it's the same 86 goodness. These Toyobaru twins, triplets if you count Scion, are excellent for sports cars, especially if the Miata was just a bit too small or too cute for your taste. The GT86/BRZ/FRS give you a similar formula: lightweight chassis, rear-wheel drive, super balanced handling, but with a little more practicality and power. Under the hood is a 2.0-liter flat 4-boxer engine pushing out around 200 horsepower. That's nearly double a Miata's ponies, which in a featherweight coupe makes for an absolute blast without getting you into too much trouble. Best part is, these cars were built with enthusiasts in mind. They're basically a blank canvas for mods. Want to slide it around a drift course? It can do that. Prefer to grip up and hit the autocross? Can do. Or maybe you just want to slap on some coilovers, wheels, and a loud exhaust to turn heads at school. Too easy. They even have back seats, kind of. Let's be real, no actual humans fit back there comfortably, but hey, you can throw your backpack or a duffel bag in there easy. Now, budget-wise, the 86/BRZ/FRS will be on the higher end of our cheap list, but they are coming down in price. We found a Subaru BRZ that sold for just over $10,000, and I even bought a high-mileage Scion FRS myself for under 10 grand. Deals are out there if you hunt. For what you pay, you're getting a modern, tight-handling sports car that's already a legend in the making, worth every penny once you're behind the wheel. Taking the number 3 spot, we have the Nissan 350Z, the hero of budget drift builds everywhere. If you want something Japanese, fast, and RWD without breaking the bank, the 350Z is a hard car to beat. This thing comes stocked with Nissan's legendary VQ35 V6, pumping out around 287 to 300 horsepower, depending on the year, straight to the rear wheels. It's got that classic long hood sports car silhouette, 2 seats, and a manual transmission. A recipe for serious fun. Whether you're hitting a local drift event or just cruising on the highway, the 350Z makes it feel special. The exhaust note of that V6 is distinctive. Some say it's an acquired taste, but throw an aftermarket exhaust on and it sings. Like the BRZ and WRX, the Z33 chassis has huge aftermarket support. You can upgrade the suspension, toss on some new wheels, or even turbocharge it to the moon if you're power hungry. The 350Z is a beloved platform in the tuner community. They're also pretty reliable if cared for, but just watch out for abused ones. A lot of these have seen hard lives. On the plus side, because Nissan made a ton of 350Zs, prices are reasonable. We found a clean black 2006 350Z that sold for $8,800 not long ago, with just over 100,000 miles, which is getting rare these days. For under $9,000, that is a steal for a car that can do it all. Daily driver one day, drift missile the next. Coming in hot at number 4 on this idea list is the Subaru WRX, the rally-bred 4-season fun machine. Insert turbo noises here. Some might say the WRX is played out, but listen, it's on this list for a reason. If you need a car that's a blast to drive and get you through rough winters or rainy days, the WRX is it. You get Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, grip for days, and a turbocharged flat-4 engine, either a 2.0 liter or 2.5 liter depending on year, cranking out anywhere from about 225 up to 300 horsepower in stock form. That means this thing is quick. Launch it hard and you'll feel all 4 wheels digging in. Plus, that boxer engine rumble with an aftermarket exhaust will make your commute sound like a rally stage. Now, real talk, older WRX are getting cheap, but they can be a bit of a minefield. These cars beg to be driven hard, and many have been modified, blown up, and rebuilt by now. Reliability is not their strongest suit if abused. So if you want one, do your homework and find a mostly stock, well-maintained example that isn't on its 5th engine. The good news is Subi communities are huge, and if something does break, you and your buddies can learn to wrench on it together. Parts are plentiful, and when it's running right, oh man, is it fun. We even spotted a one-owner 2004 WRX 5-speed that sold for just $5,500. Absolute score for an AWD Turbo Sport sedan. You knew that America's favorite pony car had to be on this list. At number 5, we had the Ford Mustang, the 4th and the 5th gen. Cheap V8 power, baby. The Mustang is a classic first enthusiast car for a reason. It's powerful, loud, and dripping with attitude. Now, if you're on a tight budget, you might eye a V6 Mustang, but let's be honest. If you can, you want the V8. The 4th gen Mustang GTs came with a 4.6 liter V8 making around 215 to 260 horsepower, and the 5th gen GT upgraded to the 4.6 liter 3-valve or even the 5.0 Coyote later on, with 300 plus horsepower in the early 5th gens. Even the slow early 2000s GT with approximately 260 horses is plenty to get you into trouble. Mustangs have one of the biggest aftermarket scenes on the planet, bigger than a high school gymnasium. Want to lower it? Done. Loud exhaust, simple, supercharge it? There's a kit for that. Styling parts, performance parts, you name it. Plus, the community around Mustangs is huge. On the price front, these things are cheap thrills. We found a clean SN95 New Edge GT that went for about $5,500, and early 5th gen GTs can be had well under $10,000 now. I even saw a special edition 2008 California Special Package sell for around $9,000. Of course, we can't mention the Mustang without its rival. Number 6 is the Chevy Camaro, 4th and 5th gen, another muscle car legend on the cheap. Just like the Mustang, you can find Camaros of these generations all day long in the used market for cheap. The 4th gen Camaro is an absolute steal right now. We're talking 305 to 325 horsepower in the Z28/SS models, and often under $6,000 for a decent one. The styling has aged into a kind of retro cool, and nothing else quite looks like it on the road. The 5th gen, which brought back that modern retro look, packs even more punch. An SS has around 400 horsepower from a 6.2 liter V8. Those are a bit pricier, but still within reach. The Camaro's also got a massive aftermarket and community. Parts galore, and the Chevy LS family engines are like Legos for car people, cheap to make very fast. Now, be aware the 4th gen F-bodies have some quirks. The interiors rattle, the seating position is low and long hooded, and visibility out the back is challenging. But who cares when you drop the hammer and that American V8 roars to life? One example, a 1995 Camaro Z28 with the LT1 V8 sold for just about $6,000. That is a lot of car for the money. All right, import fans, you've been patient. Number 7, the Honda Civic Si and Acura RSX Type S. This is your ticket to VTEC heaven on a budget. The Civic has long been a go-to first car for car guys and gals, and for good reason. They're cheap, reliable, and ridiculously fun once you start modifying them. An early 2000s Civic Si or an RSX gives you a rev-happy 4-cylinder engine that screams to around 8,000 RPM and makes around 160 to 200 horsepower stock. And when VTEC kicks in, yo, you know it. It's not just the engine though. These Hondas have nicely balanced front-wheel drive chassis. Since they're FWD, you won't be doing drift stunts, but you'll absolutely dominate some back roads or autocross courses. The aftermarket scene for Hondas is massive. You can do anything: intakes, exhausts, suspension, wheels, turbos, engine swaps, you name it. And Civics and RSX are affordable to buy and to build. We saw a well-kept 2006 Civic Si sell for about $7,400, and that's with minimal mods, ready for you to make it your own. Coming in at number 8, we're going European. The BMW 3 Series E46 specifically. One of my favorites, the 4-door M3, the 330i ZHP, if you can find one. Budget German performance for the win. The E46 generation BMW is often considered one of BMW's best ever, and it makes for a stellar first enthusiast car if you're willing to handle a little maintenance. The 330i ZHP was a special performance package in the E46 sedan. That's basically the closest thing to a 4-door M3 BMW ever made. It has a 3.0-liter naturally aspirated inline-six, making around 235 horsepower. It sounds oh so good when you wind it out. The driving feel is what sets the E46 apart. The steering is sharp, the chassis is balanced, and it just feels right carving up a back road. Plus, you get that German build quality and a bit of luxury. You can totally daily drive an E46 and show up looking grown up, then hit the twisties on the weekend and keep up with just about anything else on this list. The downside is maintenance and reliability, but if you're willing to turn a wrench, the E46 is rewarding to work on. A sought-after 330i ZHP sedan in decent shape sold for only $6,500 recently. At number 9, here's the Volkswagen Golf GTI, the original hot hatch hero. Fun meets practicality in one cheap package. The VW Golf is like the Swiss Army knife of cheap enthusiast cars. Need to haul your friends or a bunch of gear? It's a hatchback, so fold the seats and pack it in. Want something that's easy to drive in traffic and sip gas? It's compact and efficient. But you also want to rip some back roads or maybe stage a little stoplight drag? The GTI model has you covered there too. Depending on the year and trim, GTIs have come with punchy turbo 4 cylinders or throaty VR6 engines. The handling on a GTI is sporty yet comfortable. You get a bit of that European style and solid build quality, plus a huge aftermarket. Used Golfs and GTIs can be really affordable. We found a 2001 GTI VR6 with only about 70,000 miles that sold for about $6,600. Last but not least, a curveball at number 10, the Honda CR-Z. Yeah, a hybrid. It's the only hybrid with a stick shift, and it's basically a modern CRX. A quirky, fun little runabout that sips gas. The Honda CR-Z was sold around 2011 to 2016. And it's a 2-seat compact hatchback that pairs a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder with a hybrid electric assist. It's no rocket, 130-ish horsepower combined, but it's lightweight and handles more like a sporty coupe than a Prius. Plus, with the manual gearbox, you have full control to wring every bit of juice out of that hybrid powertrain. It's got a sleek design, especially with some aftermarket wheels and a slight drop. The CR-Z is definitely an oddball on this list, but for a young enthusiast, it has perks: stellar fuel economy, Honda reliability, and a surprisingly large mod community. The best part might be the price. We found a 2012 CR-Z EX listed at $5,200. Many are in the $6,000 to $7,000 range. So there you have it, Ideal Fan, our top 10 first cars for enthusiasts, ranked and ready. Which one do you think you want to put in your garage or in your parents' driveway? And did we miss any of your favorites? Let us know in the comments below. And remember to go to winthisIdealCar.com to win my 700 horsepower Nissan R35 GTR, a perfect first car. Sign up today, pinned in the first comment. Also, if you enjoyed this vid, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out some of these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. We'll catch you next weekend. Promise me one thing: keep living the Ideal lifestyle.